Well, hello, 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 and good afternoon. You're probably wondering, what? Did I miss something? Why is Giselle on? Well, this is a new segment brought to you by Pearls of Great Price Empowerment Services, and it's called Afternoon Tea. This is the segment where we will be discussing everything woman, all woman, any and every issue, we will be discussing it. And our goal is simply just to encourage the sisterhood, help us, give us tips, give us some strategies to really develop into all that God created us to be as women. And I will be bringing on some friends with me every time we come together on a Sunday afternoon. My name is Giselle Alain Clement, and I am your host this afternoon. So you know how we do it. Call a friend, call your sister, call your neighbor, tell them a new segment is on and we are going to have a TIME. I am so happy this afternoon that I have two friends with me, and I have to tell you a secret. One of them I know very well. The other, oh my God, I've known her from afar. So I had to get on like a bit of a groupie, but that's just me. So I am so happy that I have both of them with me. And so without further ado, let me bring them on. Two beautiful sisters. Welcome to our first episode of Afternoon Tea. And here we have Jacelyn Arindel and Crystal McClatchy. welcome, ladies. And thank you so much for agreeing to join me. Jacelyn, I've known Jacelyn for a long time, ministering and seeing her just advancing in the kingdom, supporting her husband as well as a pastor's wife. And then Crystal, I've seen her in a different light. We back in the day, I like to say it like that of oh Lord, Jamie and Vibe. Yes, that's what I'm trying to remember. And Crystal ministering and really advancing that whole ministry in the arts and mime. But now they have both come full circle and they are both entrepreneurs and doing things differently. And that's our God. That's how he does it. And so they are here today to just talk with me about holistic beauty. Welcome again, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So our topic today, as I said, is holistic beauty care. So I want to ask firstly, what is beauty? What do you think beauty is? Could we start with that? Jacelyn, what about you? What is beauty?
To me, beauty is not just about your physical appearance, but it's also about your inner self, your inner man, because what usually is on the inside is what comes out on the outside. Yes. So many times that we as a people, we focus so much on the physical aspect of people. She's not that pretty, he's not that nice. But then when you get to know someone, you realize, wow, this person is a really beautiful person because of their personality, because of their mindset, because of the way that they speak. You realize, you know what? This person is beautiful because they have everything that you may be looking for, maybe as a friend or maybe as a partner. And we have to try to change our mindset of beauty, just like face alone, but look beyond that and look at what the person has on the inside. So to me, that's what beauty is about.
Yes. Crystal, what about you? What is beauty?
Well, for me, it's exactly the same thing as Jason was saying. It is an outer show of an inner grace. So that's what beauty really exemplifies, and what I see it as well. So it's exactly what Jason said, just in a different way. And as you rightly said, what you really look at in beauty is you see someone and you say, well, this person, how they looking so, why this person so, they're not attractive or whatever. And then you get to know this person, and then you wonder, wait, now, how come I didn't see this. Yeah, because it's now shining through. So it's not just about what's on the outside, what is physical. It really embodies the person from on the inside. So yes.
I like that the both of you tapped into that. It starts with the inner self, and you have to work on that inner beauty, and then that shines through. As a younger person growing up in church, and they would tell us that as young women, work on the inside, work on your inner beauty. And I would be like, so what happened? We ugly? Why you only keep emphasizing work on the inner? But now, thank God, you're older and you could understand it really starts with the inner self. And so that brings me to my second question then, putting beauty in context. What is holistic beauty? What would you say? Crystal, can we start with you?
For me, okay, right. For me, holistic beauty now, I think for me, this is when the anointing comes in. That is for me what I believe when we start to get holistic with the beauty now. I think we're talking now about, where there's a spiritual aspect to it now. There's peace, there's joy, there's the Holy Ghost coming upon you. So that brings a complete difference to the beauty now. Because we started going on a road now of the attraction and the beauty that there is in the anointing.
Yes.
And the difference that would make in the beauty. For me, that is what embodies holistic beauty for me.
Okay, great. Jacelyn, what about you? Holistic beauty.
For me, holistic beauty is, as one of the things that Crystal rightfully said, the peace. But also to me encompasses, in a different vein, skincare. It encompasses how you take care of yourself, the way that you eat. Do you exercise properly? Do you get the right nutrients? Do you get the amount of sleep that you require, So to me, it encompasses that, because once you put all of those factors together, you tend to be a more well-balanced individual.
Yeah.
So to me, that's what holistic beauty is about.
I like that. So I'm hearing from Jacelyn, and it's factors, elements put together to create a balanced perspective. And then from Crystal, I'm hearing on top of all of that, you have to have that element of the anointing or the grace of God to tie everything together, so that when you present yourself or when you say about yourself, I am beautiful, it's all those components put together. And so we are setting the foundation that beauty is really not skin deep. It goes deeper than that. We have already set the foundation that it starts on the inside. As I always tell the ladies, Jacelyn and Crystal, you have to do that inner work. You can't get away from doing the inner work. So when we're talking about topics like beauty and all of that, it's not about the external only. We will be touching on that inner work and beautifying that inner self. So I'm really glad that we already started in that vein. If you are just joining us and you're still wondering, is this new? Yes, it is. It is a brand new segment brought to you by Pearls of Great Price Empowerment Services called Afternoon Tea. And I have two sisters with me, and we are having afternoon tea together. Today, our topic. Yes. I do have my teacup right here. And so from time to time, you'll see me sipping. Yes. And so today, our topic is holistic beauty care. And I have two able ladies speaking with me today. Ladies, the word of God says in Psalm 139:14 that I praise you, God, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and my soul knows it full well. To me, when I think of beauty, this is one of my go-to verses to remind myself that a big God took his time and he created Giselle, he created Jacelyn, he created Crystal. And so anytime I forget or I allow people to put me in a place where I doubt that, I go to this verse. Do you see yourself having a role in reminding women of this fact in what you do? So, Crystal, as a makeup artist, and Jacelyn on the business end of things, do you see yourself as having a role in reminding women, hey, you're here in my chair, but I want to remind you that you are fearfully and wonderfully made? Do you see yourself as doing that?
Definitely. But Giselle have to come onto one of my lives, and Jacelyn, so that she can get a little taste of what some of the discussions and stuff that we have.
Okay, wow.
While we're doing makeup. You know, so
yes,
definitely something. One, Jacelyn is the pastor on the live, so
she is the pastor. I'll be the worship leader then. I'll be the worship leader. and the intercessor, I'll pray. Oh, so you're hearing some synergy with what you do in your day-to-day dealing with women. Okay, what about you, Jacelyn? Do you see yourself as having a role, or is it just, no, I'm just the businesswoman, I provide stuff, the end?
I do see myself, yes, even on the business aspect, but I do see myself giving advice to women, and to remind them that, you know what, you are beautiful. I mean, and I can understand it. Let's say from my personal point of view, you know, when I was growing up, I looked at myself as, you know, I was not a pretty girl. You know, you look yourself in the mirror.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know what, I'm not pretty. You know, I looked at myself like that. I'm an ugly child.
Okay.
But after a while, mentally, I grew out of that.
Yes.
Nobody can tell me any different.
Yes.
I'm pretty. I will always be pretty.
Yes.
I'm going to be pretty till I die.
Yes, girl.
Always. You know, because why must I look, you know, the image of myself is not dependent on what people say about me.
Say, yes.
You know, when I get up and I, you know, put on makeup, even without makeup, I'm still pretty.
Wow.
You know, and we have to get women to that level.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what people may say, no matter what they throw at you. There was one thing I remember I think it was Tyler Perry said, it's not what you are called, but it's what you answer to. They can call you many things.
Right.
But you don't have to answer to it.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
So that's the philosophy I've adopted. They can say many things, but I will not answer to it. I know that God has made me for this time and this purpose, and He made me who I am, and I love who I am.
Yes.
I won't change it for the world. So we as women, we need to encourage other women that same way as well. You're beautifully and wonderfully made in God's sight.
Wow.
No matter what people say,
you know?
God made you like this for a purpose and for a reason.
Wow. Yes, Crystal.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Yeah. No, I was just adding to Jacelyn. When you've had, you know, God uses us as examples in terms of, you know, we're now all over 40. So I find I get a lot of persons on my live and stuff who, you know, they've never really been into makeup. They've never tried it out. They've never tested anything. And, you know, they see you now as an example. One, because I try to be, sometimes I try to be subtle with my Christianity in terms of you don't come at them like you want to preach and you bring in the oil to anoint them in your life. You know, so you will have, I have my gospel playing in the background always. Just Jacelyn sometimes tells me lower it down.
And you can kick her off.
But you know, there's a subtlety to it, but they're hearing it. And they would sometimes say, oh, I like the music that you're playing in the background. I'm saying, yes, God is all over this. God is all over this live. And you're leading very, very subtly, letting them know, listen, this is about whether you're getting older, you still need to take care of yourself. You still need to have, there has to be some self-love. You know, you're a mom, you're a wife, and you're frustrated and you're home. There are little things that you can do. Give yourself a 15, a little half an hour every couple of days. That's just for you. That is just about you. And, you know, these are some of the things that we tried to, you know, instill in some of our women, you know, so that they're getting So they're getting a really holistic view of
That's it.
what's, how we should be.
I love again the different angles that I'm getting this at. So, Jacelyn, pulling from your experience growing up. So now you see it as a mandate. I have to bring my sisters up to this point where no, 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 you are beautiful. And that's what you will answer to. And then, Crystal, I am who I am. And very subtly, you get that message across. Yes, I'm beating, that's still the term, I'm beating the face, but Jesus is all over this. Jesus is helping me create the masterpiece that's already in front of me. So, yes,
Amen.
we have to, in any way, the strategies that God would give us to let women know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And Crystal, you just tapped into my next question. We hear a lot of terms going around these days. So self-love and self-care. And somehow I don't think we get it. Could you explain what that means, self-love and self-care, as it relates to beauty care and holistic beauty care?
All right, let me give you a little example of what I mean.
Sure.
Well, I'm married. Kevin and I have been married for 20 years. We have 2 children. My son is 25, Jacelyn, on Tuesday. Rashawn will be 25 years old. My God. But my daughter, who is 11, she is a special needs child. So what you have now is a child that takes up a lot of your time. So you're trying to be a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur. You're holding so many different things that sometimes you forget yourself. Sometimes you forget to take care of yourself and take care of everybody else. And self-care and self-love really deals with you have to take some time, even if it's once a week, where it is for you.
Yes.
Get an hour to watch a movie, put a mask on your face and drink a cup of tea or drink your little non-alcoholic wine with your toes polished, and you're playing with your toes while you're watching your movie, just for you, just all about you. You would not believe how that is going to make you feel. And even the persons who try face mask, put on something on your face. I'm telling you, these little things really help. One, they boost your confidence. It's really good for your skin. And you get some time to yourself. All of these things really, really help. I know a lot of moms who do not focus on themselves at all.
Yes.
At all. And I'm telling you from the perspective of a mom of a special needs child who takes up and right now, because of the pandemic, Rain is with me 24/7. 24/7. And you still have to try and find time
to do something for you. Okay.
That's right.
So it doesn't have to be very expensive. It could be, as you said, do your toes, and that's self-care and self-love. Okay.
Exactly.
And wow, we'll get back to that and we'll elaborate a bit more. So, Jacelyn, let me hear you. What does self-love and self-care mean to you?
It means to me, piggybacking off of as well what Crystal said, is taking time with yourself.
Taking time with yourself, okay.
Because, as women, as mothers, you tend to, in the hustle and bustle of life, you really do tend to forget about yourself.
Okay.
And then sometimes you end up looking very frazzled, you end up looking very stressed, you end up, holding your head and bawling and wondering, why am I feeling like this? And then you realize, I need to take a step back.
Yes.
I need to detach from what is around me and spend time with myself.
Okay.
Sometimes, like what I would do, I would go out on the veranda and just listen to some music, just me alone on the veranda. And to me, that is such a calming and relaxing, just me and me alone.
Wow.
And it's such a calming, relaxing experience. Sometimes I would go, I want to say sometimes, religiously.
Yes.
I do my nails every 3 weeks, because that's also for me a little self-care as well.
Okay.
Excellent.
So,
Wow.
these type of things. I mean, if you can't do it like how I would do like every 3 weeks, but
Yes.
make an appointment to go and beautify yourself. Make an appointment to do your nails, and you won't believe how these simple things can help enhance the way you look at yourself.
Okay. Okay.
It changes your thinking. It changes your mentality. I remember the first time I think I remember I had my makeup professionally done.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at myself differently from then. I was like, whoa, girl, all right, all
Yes.
right. And I said to myself,
Yes.
I need to do this more often, because I
Yes.
looked at myself, I'm like, where have you been hiding all this time?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it brought out an inner confidence.
Mm-hmm.
It brought out something in me like, you know what, I can do this. I can step out in style and hey, you know.
You
And
go, girl.
it's these little things. You know what? Find
Yes.
a passion that you love.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily need to be makeup or like how Crystal and I in makeup beauty, but find something that you love to do. If it's like crocheting,
Yes.
and these things help, as I said, build like an inner confidence, but and also time with yourself. And even sit down and talk to yourself, yes, talk to yourself. I do that at times.
Yes. Me
And have
too.
a conversation with yourself, and take a step back, look at things, and come
Yes.
back at a different angle. It
Wow.
totally changes your whole perspective on things moving forward. So for me, that's what it entails.
Wow. And I tell the ladies who join me, they need to be taking notes at all times. So we're hearing some benefits of self-care and self-love. It changes your perspective of yourself. It builds that inner confidence in you. And so you are then able to pursue whatever you want to pursue with confidence.
That's right.
And that's where we want to get to as women, always operating from a position of I know who I am, I know who I am in Christ, and so I can fulfill any mandate that He has given to me. This is so awesome. I
Yes.
love it. But ladies, I have to ask the difficult questions. And some persons may claim that this whole promotion of self-love and beauty care is promoting a kind of ideal that is unattainable, and that you are not celebrating the authentic self and the real self. You are promoted this cosmetic kind of thing for women. What would you respond to a claim like that? How would you respond to a claim like that? Anybody could go first. Jacelyn, you take a stab at it.
Sure, no problem. For me, I believe that if you are a child of Christ, you need to always look and represent your best. Yes, there are days you'll be a little off.
Yes.
That happens. But you need to always step out, because you're representing firstly the King.
Yes.
And we always have to look our best. As I said, it may not be you're going into full makeup,
Yes.
but simple things as taking care of your skin, things as taking care of your body.
Yes.
Those are the things that we need to look at. We need to promote.
Okay.
Again, it's not about, I know people might look, but we see so many filtered looks, I should say, on
That's it.
Instagram and
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
People have
Yes.
this false, pretense of what beauty is.
Yes.
But you don't know the amount of things that people would have to filter to get that kind of a flawless look,
Yes.
right? But beneath all of that, there are things that you should do. As I said, skincare, body
Yes.
care, take care of yourself, eat your fruits. To me, that is important, because we're here for a time, but we have to take care of the body that we're in.
Right.
We have to take care of what God gave us, and not just
Okay.
like helter-skelter with it.
Yes.
So
yes.
if they don't want to focus on that aspect, focus on yourself, focus on your regiment, things to
Okay.
improve your daily aspect of life. And like exercise, I mean, you're feeling maybe lethargic and stuff like that. Sometimes a little walk
Yes.
does the body good. And when you start to exercise, you realize, okay, you know what, my body's starting to get accustomed to this. And I started to feel a little better. I'm starting to feel a little
Okay.
confident, you know.
Okay.
And it, as I said before, it changes your mindset. It changes your whole thinking.
Yes.
And to me, we should not measure up ourselves to that whole, I would say, filtered look,
Okay.
right?
Yes. Okay.
Don't measure up yourself to that filtered look.
I like that.
Yeah, but you know what? You are individual as you are, and always work on yourself. Always work on perfecting who you are.
Okay.
Right? Yes, you may
I
have
like
a
that.
goal. And you may have a goal and you may want to achieve that goal. That's fine. Work towards the goal, achieve it, but always keep pushing yourself for
To
higher.
be the
Always keep
best.
pushing
I
yourself
like that.
to be the best, you know, and
Yes.
never settle for anything but the best. And that is what God wants from us. Nothing but the best.
I like that. What about you, Crystal? What's your take on it?
My take is, well, following some of the things that Jason said as well. It's, you know, when you talk about self-love and self-care, it's not necessarily makeup, because Jason and I are into makeup. We're going to get a makeup type of perspective.
Yes.
But
Okay.
yeah, but remember, self-care and self-love is just that. This has to deal with your health. This has to deal with making sure your skin, even if you don't want to wear makeup, at least wash your face properly,
Yeah.
moisturize your face properly, tone your face properly, put on some sunblock, and go. And at least you're keeping your skin protected, because there is cancer that you're gonna have to think of. There is, you know, all
Yes.
different. You're dealing with all these different things that could affect your skin. So that could be the level of skincare that you would think of, and that's cool.
Yes.
But it always has to do with your preferences and where you want to go with it. For persons who
Yes.
believe that, you know, the whole self-care and self-love and us wanting to try and look not like ourselves, or however they want to use it for persons who wear makeup, that is, you know, that is your opinion of what we're trying to do. I'm a makeup artist, so this is
Yes.
this is what I do. I have had experiences where I have done makeup on persons with cancer. I have done makeup on persons with who have been abused, and
Wow.
this was one way that you were allowed to listen to me. It was an emotional experience, being
Wow.
able
Therapeutic.
to,
Wow.
yeah, you know, to be with these people and give them that, let them look at themselves in a mirror and see themselves looking normal and not like no
Wow.
hair. Or yeah, you know the progress that happens with a cancer patient.
Yes. Yes. So they're
the
not
woman with
defined by the
domestic
cancer.
violence,
Yeah.
yeah, the domestic violence lady, one of them that I dealt with, had a scar on her face, and I think that was the focal point, because that becomes your focal point. That's what you see. But when they look at themselves, that is it. So you have to look. You have to really look at the whole picture before you pass judgment on persons who look at makeup as something that, you know, as something that they do. So I think for me, if makeup is not what you think is needed, that is fine. But ensure that you take care of your health, make sure that you take care of your skin, and you can go from there. For those who are makeup enthusiasts like myself and Jason, let's do this.
Yes. Yes. I like how, again, Jacelyn, she focused on, it's about self-development. It's the developmental aspect of it. And if it's not makeup, that's fine. But you need to keep focusing on the development. So whichever element you choose, that's fine. And for Crystal, she looked at it, you know, this is about therapy. This is about you are not being defined by your condition. And so this avenue, which is the makeup, will assist in doing just that. And you know, some people have brought it down to the fact that it's just makeup. It isn't just about makeup. It isn't just about putting something on your face and drawing an eyebrow and making sure the arch is perfect. No, this goes deeper than that. That's why when we started the conversation, we set that parameter. It's about the inner self. And that's what I'm hearing, both of you. That's what you do on a day-to-day basis in your job. Oh, I love that example, about the lady with the scar. So I'm sure when you finished that look, she was able to see someone different that she has not seen in a long time. Wow.
Amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Wow.
You know?
If you are just joining us, I have with me some friends, Jacelyn and Crystal. Jacelyn is a business owner of Just For You by Jace, and Crystal is makeup artist extraordinaire. And we are discussing the topic today, holistic beauty care. That's why we use words carefully here. Holistic, the entire package we're looking at. And so I'm hoping you are enjoying the conversation so far. So ladies, we're going to break it down a bit more and get into some tips and tricks and really give our viewers some tools to start their holistic beauty care journey. If you are on the live with us, tell us hello so we know that we are not here alone. Oh yes, I see we have some people. You wouldn't believe who's the first person telling us hello today, ladies. Wendell, hello.
I was not going to say Wendell.
Thank you, Wendell, for joining us today. We appreciate your support. Hello, Kate. Thank you for joining us. And hello, Susan Rosales. Thank you for joining us. Wendell, you brought a smile to our faces. Thank you for joining us. So, ladies, you all have been touching on it, so we're going to go there. It's not just about face deep makeup. It's about diet. It's about exercise. It's about air quality. It's about the sun. It's about dehydration and your water intake. It's about stress. So I want to touch a bit on those elements a bit. What about diet? Let's start with diet and lack of exercise. Jason, I'll let you take that one so we could get through the list quickly. How important is diet and exercise to skincare?
It is very important because what you eat shows up on your skin.
Okay.
So if you put the wrong things into your body, it's going to show up on your skin. It's going to do some internal damages to your inside as well.
Okay.
So it is important that we take care of our bodies. You eat your vegetables. You drink your water.
Yes.
Your 8 glasses of water. Muy importante.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I know there may be some people who do not really like water, but let me tell you, water, and I can testify to this, when I started to increase my water intake, because I had like my acne started to pop back out and my skin was looking horrible.
Yes.
And I said, you know what? Not in this age in my life. I'm still young. I'm still very young.
Yes.
And I said, let me just start to, Crystal girl, I'm still young. Don't try that. I said, let me start back my water intake. And when I started back increasing my water, my skin cleared up.
Yes.
And
yes.
I was like, I'm loving how my skin looks.
Okay.
That's why I said I can go outside without makeup on my skin.
Right.
Because my skin looks good. And exercise goes well in hand with your diet. You know, keep the body pumping, keep those muscles moving. So those things go hand in hand.
Right.
As well as your regimen to your skincare. So it's really important that you look at the types of food that you eat. And of course your exercise as well. If it's like 3 days a week, even if you don't want to do any like gym work, a little walk around the savannah, brisk walk around the savannah, but like 3 or 4 times a week to start to get the heart pumping, start to get the muscles moving.
Yes.
And you, in some weeks or some months, you begin to see the skin happy about how you look.
I'm glad you said that.
You're treating it well.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Jason, because some of our viewers are between that 40 to 50 age group, and there is something called adult acne. And so I'm glad that you identified that when you increased your water intake, that dealt with the acne. Because I remember me just crossing 40 and I never had this problem before. What is this on my face? And then I realized, okay, so I'm glad that you touched on that. Crystal, what about sunlight? Now, we live in the Caribbean, sun and
Right.
rain. What you're talking about sunlight and it affects your skin and your skin care. Could you touch on that for us? And how
All
we
right.
should?
Let me give you an idea of what your morning routine is supposed to be. Your morning routine for your face.
Okay.
First and foremost, ladies, all the ladies who are on this live, please don't wash your face with soap. Please stop.
No,
Please stop.
no.
No, do not wash your face with soap. No, Giselle, please don't be putting your finger up there now. Please, please. My
That's a no-no.
11-year-old daughter right now
Something forgot
already
one.
has started her facial regime, and she's
Okay.
11. Yeah. So you
Wow.
have to get a cleanser, you have to get a toner, and you have to get a moisturizer, and you need
Okay.
a sunblock. Even if
Okay.
you do not want to wear any makeup at all, there are people who don't like makeup. If they don't ever want to put it on their skin, that is fine. However,
Yeah.
those 4 things that I just called, those are things you need for your skin to stay healthy. You
Okay.
need to wash your face with something, especially for us ladies who are over 40. You see that adult acne that you're getting. Remember,
Yes.
our body is changing. That's what's happening there. Our hormones are now shifting and getting us ready for menopause. So because
Yes.
of that, we are going to start to get hormonal breakouts, particularly on this part of your face.
On the
That's where we're going to get it.
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
exactly where you're going to get it. So we
Wow.
now have to start our facial regime now has to change. And those 4 things I called those are just the basic things you need. We're not even getting into the other things that you need to start to use as well, about
Yes.
a serum and the masks and all these different things that you should start slowly adding into your regime. But start off with those 4 things. Get to
Those
your
are the
closest
basics.
Pennywise
Get it.
or get to
Okay.
Jason. Jason
Yeah.
has some facial stuff now. Get your cleanser, get your toner, your moisturizer, and your sunblock. You can
Well, let me bring Jacelyn back in one time. Jacelyn, so Crystal is
Yeah.
mentioning cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and sunblock. I still don't know what to buy. So give me some brands, examples of recommended brands for the cleanser, for the toner, for the moisturizer, and for the sunblock. So someone listening who wants to start to get the basics, they will know what to go and get. What do you recommend?
It also depends on the skin type that you have,
Okay.
because not every cleanser, toner, moisturizer will work with your skin.
Okay.
So what I use, because when I was growing up, I had very oily skin,
Okay.
and I started doing facials, and I'm still religious with my facials, and I realized my skincare side, the texture of my skin started to change, and I don't have that oily skin as I used to. I now have combo skin, so I have to.
Okay.
So you have to know the kind of products that you're using for your skin, because if you choose the wrong products, it can even cause more further damage to your skin.
So is there
That's
like so how do you get to know? Is there a test to understand your skin type before you just run out and buy products?
Yes.
Okay, could you talk about that?
I know that there are some places that would do skin tests. I think Shamir is one that does skin tests, and they would recommend the type of products to use for your skin, right? So for me personally, I use
So you have combo
Neutrogena.
skin. So you said
Yes,
you
I
have
have combo skin.
All right.
So
So
I
what
have
do you use for combo skin?
Right. So I have a very oily T-zone and just dry around the other way. So in terms of moisturizer, I use Oil Overlay.
Okay.
For my sunblock, I use Neutrogena SPF 70. I also use for my toner, I switch between two toners,
Okay.
Neutrogena toner and Himalaya toner,
Okay.
right? And for a cleanser, I use Caramia cleanser. So that's how I would cleanse, I would tone, I would moisturize, and then I would put on sunblock. And occasionally I would mask. So I may use, like when I had some breakouts on my skin, I used Scrumptious Organic Care mask, the turmeric mask, which helped a lot. I also would use neem mask as well, which also helps cleanse the pores, keeps the skin looking nice and fresh and clean. So those are the things that you can use. But again, it depends on your skin type. So you have to make sure and get the right type of products for your skin.
Great. So if you're just joining us, I see Giselle. Hi, Giselle, my namesake. Giselle Cadogan has joined us. This is the program, the new program, Afternoon Tea, brought to you by Pearls of Great Price Empowerment Services. And I have some great friends here. Crystal is coming back. She had some technical difficulties. She'll be back as soon as she gets that sorted out. But Jacelyn is still with me, and we are discussing holistic beauty care this afternoon. And so, Jacelyn, you touched on something I wanted to ask when you mentioned you used Scrumptious turmeric, a turmeric-based product, and a neem product. I've been hearing about these organic, that's how you would describe it, or natural-based products. What are your thoughts? Should one go solely to those types of products, or again, it's really based on what your skin type is and what your needs are? What would you say? And she's back. Hi, Crystal. Welcome back. Jump right back in.
Thank you. I have no idea what happened.
No problem.
So,
Go ahead.
So you left me hanging. You left me hanging there. What's up, sister? What's up?
She handled herself well. She just jumped right in and she continued the journey. Yes, Jacelyn. So would you recommend those type of products?
Yes. But the Scrumptious Organic Hair, that is actually locally made by Melissa Patterson. And she decided to start, I'm plugging in here for Melissa, I know she's not here. She decided to start this line because she was also having problems with her skin.
Okay.
And she decided to make these products from scratch. And let me tell you something, I can testify to that mask. It worked wonders.
Yeah.
Because I had so much of dark marks like earlier this year, and I said, you know what? And I started to use that mask twice a week.
Okay.
And I started to see, oh, it's getting lighter. It's getting lighter. It's getting lighter. And I'm like, perfection. I said, this is a product that works.
Okay.
The neem mask, I would use it like about every other week.
Yes.
So I would use it like before I would go to a little bit before I go to my facials.
Right.
So to help keep that skin young and tight and fresh.
Okay.
Because I don't want, when I have to go to do my facials, the ladies looking at my face and like, what's really going on?
Okay. I understand.
And she can usually look at my face and tell me what I'm lacking. She's like, you're not drinking enough water. Just by looking at it.
Wow.
Before she even starts to get into the whole extraction and everything like that. So to avoid those things, I take care of my skin.
Yes.
So I have to.
Yes, I like that. Crystal, let me bring you back into the conversation. So cleanser, toner, moisturizer, sunblock. Is this every day? Is this on the morning? Is it in the night?
When even if you're home, listen to me. Even if you're home during the day, put on your sunblock. I am telling you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. If you're going out, if you're not going out. Actually, my sunblock at home is more ridiculous than my sunblock when I go out. Because you know, you're going to put on makeup. You're going to put on the oily kind of sunblock. You put it on the drier one to put on their makeup. But when you're home, you're lathering on that sunblock to ensure, to ensure that your skin is protected.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, every single day.
All right. Now,
And then you have to have a night
go
routine
ahead.
too.
Okay. And so, what is the night routine? Let's get into the night routine.
Now, the night routine would be, of course, cleanse, tone, moisturize. However, right after you put your toner on, at least once or twice a week, you do a mask, as Jacelyn was telling you about.
Okay.
There's different serums, particularly for us over 40 ladies. There are different serums that we can use, and it's just a small amount. You can try rosehip oil, just a couple of drops in your moisturizer, particularly for dry skin persons. You can do that. Dry skin people can do it every night. Oily skin people like myself, we should do it at least twice a week. Just a couple of drops of rosehip oil with your moisturizer. And there are serums you can use, like vitamin C scrubs. There are niacinamide. There are different things that you can start to incorporate as well. But that's getting into the really technical stuff. But for now, at least to start, get a cleanser. Stop using soap on your face. We should not have been using that for many years.
Okay.
Because as I said, I started my daughter off. She is now 11. I saw the first sign of a little breakout I saw. That was it. She started one time.
And
she now has a cleanser.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She doesn't do it herself, but she has a routine.
Wow.
You know, so we need to start as early as possible.
I like that. Now, Crystal, you mentioned one product there, rosehip oil. I tried rosehip oil, but I got a breakout. So is there another oil you could recommend just in case someone would have that experience like me? I don't know if I used it correctly. I think every night. No?
Right. You see, if you have oily skin, it's just 1 or 2 drops. It's not a lot you're supposed to use, you know. Rosehip oil is going to last you. Yeah, it's not a lot. And if you have oily skin, only use that like twice a week.
Okay,
that's all you need to do.
Okay.
And just 1 or 2 drops.
Yes.
Just mix it into moisturizer and you just put that on your face.
Well, you see, I love this education. So I probably was using the product incorrectly. And I felt that I wanted a miracle. So I was squeezing a whole lot and all of that. So, I understand. Don't laugh at me, Jacelyn.
Listen, if it's one thing, you see, when it comes to skincare, sometimes you learn by trial and error.
Yes.
And when you find out the right combination that works, then you stick to that combination. And as Crystal said, I mean, when I remember when I was growing up, I mean, I used to use soap on my face religiously. But then after a while, you see what soap tends to do is dry out your skin. You see, that kind of soap is not meant for your face, because your face is different. Your skin is different to your body. Your face skin is different to your body. So it's designed for your body, but for your face, it's different.
Yes.
So definitely soaps are not recommended for your face. And just on a side note, and I know Crystal would agree with me, for people who may be looking, like if they're interested in putting on makeup, one of the things you do not ever put on before you put on makeup is milk of magnesia. That is a big no, because that damages your skin. I know people say it's a really good primer for oily skin.
Well, I was now going to say, we've been hearing some of these,
No. And I know Crystal would agree with me. Isn't that correct, Crystal? It's not good for your face skin at all. No way.
I know that mistake. That's why I can talk about it with a lot of confidence that because I have oily skin, I played with milk of magnesia some years ago. This is a long time ago, and I started to get these weird dry patches. So it was a weird thing that was going on with your skin where it seemed both oily and dry at the same time. I had to do a microdermabrasion, which is where they actually had to peel off the top layer of your skin. And that is what started to bring my skin back to normal. And that was caused by constant use of milk of magnesia. It is one thing if you want to use it for one, like a special occasion, you're going to a wedding or something like that. You want to put it on, you put it on for that occasion, that's it. And then when you get home, you moisturize.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
However, do not use milk of magnesia on a daily basis. Yeah.
I see. Correct. I see. Great. Wow. Ladies, you know, times have changed. The internet has given us, you know, we are exposed to so much, and people are doing their research for themselves, and then they're coming to you. So they're not coming to you like, I don't know really. I saw this, I read this. Do you have that type of conversation with your clients, you know, Crystal, when someone sits in your chair? You know, I heard about this product, and when they're asking you, what are you using on my face? Do you explain to them what you're using, and you know, or is it, no, that's a secret, or you just need to sit and let me do what I have to do?
No, definitely. Particularly when I get new people on my chair, first thing I ask them is, "Are you allergic to anything?"
Yeah.
that is my first question I always ask. Are you allergic to anything? Sometimes I would get people who would bring their own foundation.
Right.
Depending on the foundation, I would say, okay, let's just use yours.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, there are people who have very sensitive skin, you know, they would bring something to ensure that they protect their skin, which I always have absolutely no problem with. And but I do have, you would come across people who would ask, you know, what is that you're using? What is that you're using? And you answer them definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, this is the person's skin that you're dealing with. So you want them to be as comfortable as possible with what you're doing.
Wow,
you know?
I like that. I like that. It's about educating as well, and that builds that relationship with that person, because it's a trust thing for me to sit.
Correct.
Exactly.
And when you are finished, I'm wow. Jacelyn, from your end of it, as the business end of it, you know, we have a myriad of products out there, and people will hear about stuff and they probably would come to you. Jacelyn, do you carry this line? Do you have that type of relationship as well with your clients, where you discuss products and you advise them, you know, I wouldn't advise you to use these products because of XYZ? Do you have that type of conversation as well?
Yes, it is important to have that type of conversation, because people tend to go off on what's on the internet. Yes, they do the research, but you also have to explain to them, okay, listen, based on your skin type, because they may do the research, but they may not do the research based on what is happening with their face.
Right.
So you have to, the same as a makeup artist, you have to advise them what's the best thing for their face, what's the best type of makeup, the type of skincare to use, because they don't want, at the end of the day, you recommend something that doesn't work for the skin and then they break out even more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's great that people, you know, can do research, because even us as entrepreneurs, we also have to do research on different products that come out.
Wow. Okay.
You can't just decide to, okay, you want to bring in something and then it has a different kind of reaction on someone else. And I mean, these things do happen, because not a primer may work well on me, but it may not work well on Crystal.
That's right.
So it's very important to know what you're doing. It's very important to take the advice from the professionals, if I should say.
Like that.
But I mean,
yes, I understand.
basically the advice from the professionals. But again, there's no problem with, you know, with people doing their research and stuff like that. That's fine. You know, it's great to have them educate themselves on different products. That's how they learn.
Wow.
That's how they learn.
Okay. Viewers, we're almost out of time, but you can ask questions. So get those questions in and let us ask these ladies before we have to end our first episode of Afternoon Tea. Ladies, controversial kind of question. Are there products that you don't carry because of a principle stance that you have taken, and someone comes to you and they want you to use this product? Have you ever experienced something like that? You don't have to call the product, of course, but do you have you been in a situation like that, because of, and you explain to them, I don't carry this product, so I will not be able to use this product on your face. Crystal, I want to start with you. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There are certain products I don't carry. I don't use Sasha foundations, and there are one or two things from Sasha that I would use. But there are a lot of their products, their foundations and stuff like that I don't, because it doesn't, I don't like how it looks on our skin.
Right. And this is from a makeup artist technical perspective.
Technical point of view, yes.
That's right. Okay. And so if someone says, okay, you don't use it, and do they see you as not being an expert or not as, because some other makeup artists would use this product? You get that reaction from them after you have explained?
No, not to my knowledge, not to my face, I should say.
Okay.
I've never been told anything like that. When I told them I do have that, I don't really use that specific product. I show them some other ones I would recommend that we can use on you instead, and then we take it from there. Yeah, you just make other recommendations and show them other things that they can use. Give them other options.
I like that. Jacelyn, what about you? Have you ever encountered,
in terms of the business aspect of it, it's different from a makeup artist, because in a business aspect, when you own a makeup business, you have to carry a range of items.
Okay.
So it's not like I can say, I don't particularly want to carry that line. You see, because you may not like it, but then there are other people who likes it.
Right.
So you have to be versatile. You have to be able to carry that wide range.
Yes.
That's how you capture your audience. You have to be able to carry that range.
Yes.
But I haven't encountered that as yet. Hopefully I don't plan to. But again, as I said,
from the business aspect, yes.
A business aspect, you have to carry a wide range of products. Okay. If there's no ifs, no ands, no buts, you have to.
Right. And the second question is, as Black women, as Caribbean women, is there a different kind of regime that we will follow as opposed to another ethnic grouping that you have to really be intentional about in your beauty care, would you say? Or is it the same? A woman is a woman is a woman. What do you think about that?
I think a woman is a woman is a woman.
Okay. So there's no particular thing that
the only difference is going to be the main difference, I think, for other ethnics, well, even ethnic, this more has to do with seasons, because we have a dry and a wet season, and that's it. They have things like winter and stuff to deal with. When I'm in the States and it's winter time, your skin behaves completely differently than when you're home. Yeah, completely differently. So I think it's more a matter of they have seasons to deal with while we just have heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You think so as well? Yeah. You think it's...
Yeah, I agree. It's as Crystal said, we just have two seasons. Hot, rain.
Right.
In different countries, they really have to deal with 4 seasons. And they always have to change their skin. They always have to change their skin regime.
I was now going to ask that. Yes.
On the season that they.
Yes.
They have to, because with that winter, I remember I went to the States for training, and it was March. I think it was either February or March.
Yeah.
And it was in Cincinnati.
Yes.
And it was cold, and my skin felt tight. Dry. Right. And then when you come back to Trinidad, you have to change. Now your skin now has to readjust to, okay, I'm back to some warm kind of climate. And then, of course, you have to change back your skin regime to make it feel like, oh, gosh, I'm back home somewhere.
Yes.
So it's as a thing.
Wow. I love this. Ladies, time has flown by so quickly. I could keep talking.
Oh my gosh, we're having so much fun.
On.
So much fun.
Wow, but this has really been an eye-opener for me. I realized some of my mistakes, and so I'll go back again with my starter pack of toner, cleanser, moisturizer, sunblock,
Excellent.
a mask and a serum. So I've taken down
Very
my
good.
notes and I'm going to get my starter pack up and running because I'm in
Excellent.
that season of life. I need to keep the face,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
at its best, at its best. So, ladies, final thoughts, final words. Jacelyn and then Crystal, what would you tell our listeners this evening concerning holistic beauty care? What are your final words to them?
My final words to the listeners outside there, always remember that you're fearfully and wonderfully made in God's eyes. And no matter, as I said, no matter what people would say, God sees you as one of his best creations.
Yes.
And always remember that. Um, I remember before we came on the line, this song was playing. Marvin Sapp, he saw the best in me. And it's
Yes.
true, he sees the best in me. When
Yes.
everyone else around would only see the worst. And you have to think of yourself, you know what? It doesn't matter what other people think.
Yes.
It matters what God thinks about me.
Yes.
And when you start to when it starts to resonate in your mind, this is what God thinks about me. Again,
Yes.
your confidence will start to change. You will start to do things differently. As I said, with the holistic beauty care, you will start to take care of yourself better. Your
Yes.
skin care, you will start to up your skin care. You'll
Yes.
start to understand the different types of foods that affect your body in different ways.
Yes.
I mean, you want to live a long and fruitful life. So
Yes.
these are the things I would pass on to the viewers, and always remember God saw the best in you
Amen.
and you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Wow, I love that. Crystal, final words.
My final words are, well, Jason has said it all, but I just have a special word. Yenisi. Special word for the moms out there, the moms who want to become entrepreneurs. All these that's kind of close to my heart.
Yes.
I want you guys to really, really, especially in this time that we're in, we now have an opportunity. We need to take this pandemic and make it work for us.
Yes.
God has a way of working everything out for our good. So
Yes.
we need to start thinking like that in every aspect. So start to think of things that you can do at home now in
Yes.
this time
Yes.
that is going to benefit you and your family.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you've always had in the back of your mind, I want to try makeup, I want to do this, I want to do whatever it is, listen to me, go research it, and
Yes.
this is the time for you to start really, really pushing in that direction, because
That's right.
you have the time now to do it. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's start to press in that direction, because you don't
I
know
love that.
what God has. God has something there for you to do in this time. It's just a
Yes.
matter of us tapping into it.
Wow. I
So
love
that's just
that.
my words.
I
That
love
is my
that.
words to
I love
everyone.
that. Wow. Ladies, just before we go though, Jacelyn and Crystal, if someone wants to get in touch with you, Jacelyn, she owns a business Just For You by Jace. If they want to get in contact with you, how can they?
They can reach me via either Facebook on the Facebook page, Just For You by Jace, or on my Instagram, Just For You by Jace. I am always on my pages, so they can reach me either way. I have a third page, so if they're looking for it's the same Just For You by Jace, but how IG twisted it around, it's Jace Just For You by. So
Yes.
either one of those three pages, I answer messages on any three, so they can reach me by any of those three.
Wow. So if you're interested in getting your beauty products, give Jacelyn a call. Check her out on her social media pages and get in touch with her. I gave her a title. She's like, Giselle, no, all of that. I called her the beauty care specialist. And so if you're looking for a beauty
You know
care
that in the name, Glenn.
I was
check
like, whoa.
Jacelyn out. She's like, no, Giselle, no. So check her out. And Krista, someone took the question rather, out of my mouth. Giselle is asking any Zoom classes. So, Crystal, if you are offering any classes, I know you had one earlier in the lockdown period. Are you offering any classes? And then also, how do we contact you if we need to?
My business name is Makeup by Chris. And yes, I have one-on-one classes that I'm offering. So you can always message me. Both my Facebook page is Makeup by Chris. My Instagram page is Chris MUA, as in CRYSMUA. You can contact me there, or my number is 386-6100. You can always give me a call and we can set up a class. It will be a one-on-one class. I'm doing one-on-one classes now.
Can you repeat the number?
Both
Sorry, Crystal.
386-6100.
Okay.
All right. I also do lives on Tuesdays and Fridays, so you can always come on and be a part of my live, and be highly entertained while I do makeup. Jacelyn is there. That's my police every Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm the police. Bad man police.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Again, take advantage of this. These are kingdom women, and so you know you're going to get a high level of expertise, as well as it's just kingdom women. So you know you're going to leave feeling confident. Yes. So, ladies, again, I am so excited. I thank you so much for joining me for this first episode of Afternoon Tea. We had a blast. I love the conversation.
Yes. Thank you for
I
having
learned
us.
a lot. So,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, viewers, yes, go ahead.
Giselle, before I leave, I forgot to give my number. So if you all need to reach me as well, 683-7026. The numbers are on my business page on Facebook.
One more time,
683
yes.
7026. So I can be reached. If you need to reach out to me to get your makeup, that's fine.
Great. And so we know, remember people, we heard about the starter pack we're supposed to be getting together. Let's contact these ladies. After you go to Jacelyn to get the starter pack, then you're going to Crystal for the classes on how to use the starter pack and everything. And then we'll be graduating from there. Amen.
Amen.
So, ladies, keep in touch. This Sunday afternoon tea program is going to be a doozy. We're going to be talking about fashion. We're going to be talking about hair care. We're going to be talking about etiquette. I am so excited. I'm just, like, so again, this is the first episode and we started off well. So Jacelyn and Crystal, thank you again. And until next Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m., we will be here for another episode of Afternoon Tea. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.